So, let's continue. Oh, this one's different colored now. The gold pile domain, huh? Oh, they're just sparkles. Okay. The energy of metal is abundant in this place. You must overcome the plump yokai here who has given into her greed and hoard gold. This is a gold pile domain belonging to a tanuki yokai. This yokai apparently used to peddle her wares from place to place, but settled down significantly after being captured. Tanuki are cowardly by nature, perhaps having understood the gap between the magical and the human mundane. Let's see. Let's go back for a second. I figure there would be something that indicate to me. Let's see, what's this? No, we don't want to replay that. The statue's pupils are glowing strangely. Don't need to go back there. Well, you don't change. Well, I guess I really do have to go through this one. So much gold. Bunpuku's diary. It's been such a long time since I ran away from the village and started being a peddler. There were so many cowards there that I ended up getting into a fight with everyone leaving. But I don't regret it. My trials have been great, and it's let me meet other yokai. And though I've some strife with them, there's even been some understanding humans. My trials have proven I was right. You can't expand your horizons if you got your head stuck in the sand. Well, Tanuki, the animal kind. I ran into a human today who had a real nice body. Seeing his burly arms reminded me of the first time I got involved with a human man. When I was young, I had the stupid idea that it was wrong to have a relationship with a business partner. But that changed after I had a taste on the night of a full moon and I went into heat. That night in the shack on the mountain where I met him, I seduced him after we'd done business. The poor thing. It was so dark I don't think he even realized I was a yokai. He may not have been able to walk for a while after that, but you could say it was a profitable transaction. That was the first time in my life I'd ever had that kind of fun, thanks to him. Go for it, girl. You gotta have all the fun you can in life. It don't last forever. Bunpuku-san. You did a good job getting away from that thing. Thank you for rescuing me. I just did it on a whim. You've been doing quite a few things around here. That thing's woken up now 'cause of you. That thing? You mean that huge yokai? Could you please tell me about her? Is there really a point in telling you now? Well, whatever. No harm in telling you, I guess. Maybe it'll help you die in peace finally knowing. There have been a lot of cultures that have flourished on the Yellow River. The Han, the Song, the Ming. All kinds of dynasties on the continent have risen and fallen over the centuries. And behind the scenes there have been powerful yokai operating since mythical times. A giant kitsune with glittering golden fur that sparkles like a brocade, and crowned with purple mane of flame. The beauty, Daji. So this is the same type of mythos that Shrift's Daji is based off. But these are two separate Dajis. Keep that in mind. Just like how there are many different stories with a Tamamo in it, from like the one Monster Girl Quest is based off of. There are multiple Dajis. Daji? That name. I feel like I've seen it somewhere in a book. Also remember, this is before the collab this Hakunin. That's because it's a famous one. Daji, Tamamo. To us yokai, she was once of as our brethren, praised as a hero. Her fame even spread across the sea to other shores. She ruled over tens of thousands of different yokai species, protecting both the peace and the status of her subjects. She truly was the protector of the continent's yokai. And not just that. Through her majesty alone, she managed to get yokai attacks on humans under control by trying to prevent pointless conflicts between humans and yokai. Wars between them were kept to a minimum. However, all things must come to an end. Changes in fortune are inevitable. As she grew older, the shadow over her yokai power can be seen. Things took a turn for the worse as she became unable to control her underlings. It was then she tossed away her more frightening form, instead taking a more gentle female appearance. She'd hoped she could resolve the conflicts between yokai and humans without needing to use force. She'd arrange a pact of peace with the leader of the humans. Leader? The central figure of the continent's dynasty. The ruling dynasty back then was known as the Shang. Luckily, the human emperor at the time was an understanding fella. He arranged for his court to have a friendly get-together with the yokai. The story I heard was that a pact was being finalized. Humans and yokai would live in their own separate places and promise not to attack one another. The pact was well on its way to being put into place. But, at the time, the human side had more on their plate than just yokai. And the Shang didn't last long. They were brought to ruin by others who weren't so keen on peace with yokai. Daji herself was gravely injured by the soldiers of the attacking force. according to history, this is when she died. But the truth had been twisted by the winners. They made it seem that Daji had seduced the Shang Emperor and driven him into insanity. And they spread the lie that the peace talks being held were actually a debaucherous feast. But she had actually died. She remained hidden away in the darkness, served by a scant few retainers, waiting for her chance to make a comeback. So, she plans on using a Kadoku ritual to do just that? The way she is right now, she's lost her sense of reason. She doesn't even drain the energy of humans the same way we yokai normally do. She doesn't do it at the end of sex. She just munches them down. She gobbles up their blood and flesh, turn their entire body into energy inside her belly. It shouldn't be possible for her to make a comeback doing that sort of thing. But though her abilities may have declined, she's still a yokai from a mythical age. She might not be able to freely move around, but her sorcery and power is still nothing to sneeze at. I mean, you've already squared off against her once. So you should understand how powerful she is more than anyone. You're right. Even though I'm sure she wasn't going all out against me, it was like my ritual implements couldn't block anything she did. She also has her two retainers. She calls them her two fangs, and they're very loyal to her. Those two will frantically looking for us right now. It's probably only a matter of time before they find us. I gotta free the others they've captured somehow. You still have hope that things are gonna work out? Give it up. It'll be checkmate the second they get here. Even so, still not going to give up. Well, fine. I don't like the idea of just waiting here to be captured either. Let's have a battle. Huh? I'll test your resolve. If you can get through my domain without being seduced, then I'll help you with your pointless struggle against Daji, though I don't know if I'll actually be able to help. Bunpuku-san. A contest? What are you talking about? This isn't the time for us to fight. Fight? That's not what this is. For me, this will be a final bit of fun before the end. I don't want to have any regrets before that monster kills me. I want to do lots of fun things with you. What? No, that's... You can't give in to despair, Bunpuku-san. Don't talk like you know me. I don't care about anything anymore. I thought I'd come to this one day, so I just don't care. I want to forget about everything and just have some fun. So come further in. I'll be waiting for you. I won't give up without a fight this time. I'll be sure to make you feel real good. Ugh. Bunpuku-san. Alright.